Greetings to dear sir and fellow friends. Hi, I am Janahan from Group A. Today we are going to present our assignment 1 for the final project report. So let me share my screen. So first, before start, I would like to introduce our group members. So in total, we are 5 of us. First is Kumudani, second Shamini, third is myself, Janahan, and then Uma Shankari, and last is Matthew. Okay, so before start the presentation, let me show the poster I will make for assignment 1. These are the poster made by our group. It says, say no to drugs. So let's jump to the presentation. Before start, I would like to say that there is two parts. Part A, we will be presenting our report that we convert into slides. Second part will be presentation of the survey that made by our group. So first, let's jump to the topic. The topic is drugs among teenagers, dalam kalangan remaja. Drug usage among teenagers are significant social issue that has been growing concern for several decades. Teenagers are at high risk of engaging in drugs use and abuse, which can significantly consequences for their physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. This usage of drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, heroin, as well as prescribed drugs such as opiates and stimulants are increasingly prevalent among teenagers. There are several reasons why teenagers experiment with drugs. One of the primary reasons here is peer pressure, as teenagers often feel complete to fit with their peers try to try drugs to be part of social group. Additionally, some teenagers may use drugs as a form of self-medication to cope with stress, anxiety, and depression. Other factors such as family history and substance abuse, poor mental health, and lack of parental surveillance can be the cause of why teenagers are addicted to drugs. Okay. So let's jump into what is drugs. Drugs is a substance that, when introduced into the body, can affect its functional or alter its chemical process. Drugs can be naturally synthetic, and drugs can be natural and also synthetic, and they can be used for medical or recreational purpose. The term drugs is often associated with substances that are used recreationally and have the potential for abuse or addiction, such as cocaine, heroin, and marijuana. However, many drugs are used to treat medical conditions, such as antibiotics, painkillers. Drugs works by interacting with receptors in the body, either mimicking or blocking the action of natural chemicals that control bodily process. Depending on the type of drugs and its method of consumption, it can produce a wide range of effects, including altered mood, increase or decreased energy, pain relief, and changes in perceptions. While some drugs can be safely and effectively under guidance of medical professionals, others can be highly addictive and lead to serious health problems and legal consequences when misused. It is important to understand the risks and benefits of drugs use, use and the use drugs responsibly and under the guidance of medical professionals when necessary. So actually, there are two type of drugs in the market. First is legal drugs, and second is illegal drugs. So let's look into legal drugs. Legal drugs are substances that are regularly regulated by the government and can be obtained legally through a prescription or over-the-counter purchase. Legal drugs include medication prescribed by doctor for medical conditions such as antibiotics, painkiller, and more. Other than counter drugs such as cough syrup and pain relievers can be purchased without prescription, but still has limitation on their use and sale. Legal drugs also include substances such as alcohol and tobacco, which have legal restriction on their sale and use are not conflict. Second is illegal drugs. Illegal drugs, on the other hand, are prohibited by the law and cannot be purchased or used without facing legal consequences. These drugs are classified as illegal due to the high potential for abuse, addictive, and negative health consequences. Examples of illegal drugs include cocaine, heroin, marijuana, and other substances that are not approved for the medical use. The sale, possession, and use of these drugs are strictly prohibited by the law, and individuals who are found to be using, processing, or selling these drugs may face several legal consequences, include fines, imprisonment, and other legal penalties.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kumudini Gandhi. My ID number 0122002047. Today we are going to present about drugs among teenagers. Our group is Group A. The poster aim to raise awareness to dangerous drugs abuse and encouraging a healthy lifestyle. Next. The objective of drugs is to let people know using of drugs is negative effect and both of physical and mental health, to encouraging people to get help if they have someone they know in struggling with the addiction of drugs, to give people access to knowledge of help about the drugs and alcohol abuse, and motivate individual to make healthy decision and avoid the drugs. Next. Okay, target audience. There are 5 types of target audience. First is students and teenagers. Because of social pressure and drug experimentation may make them more awareness of anti-drugs campaign, and parents of guardians. Parents might offer advice on how to communicate their kids about the drugs, which is important to preventing the drugs usage. The next is teacher and educator. They are playing a key role of the presence of drugs use. They could provide information and how to recognize the drugs use and interview. The next is healthcare and professional, to educate the patient about the drugs usage and how to get help for the addiction. Next is communicate leader. They educate the community about the dangers of drugs usage.
Hi, my name is Shamini. Today I'm going to present about how is the drugs taken. A person who are addicted to drugs usually find their own way into their blood vessel. For example, by swallow, inhale and inject. From there, they move to the brain and other parts of body. Causes of drugs addiction. There is no one factor that can decide if a person will be addicted to a drug addiction. Risk of addiction is influenced by a person, biology, social environment, and age or stages of development. The more risk factors an individual has, the greater the chance of taking drugs can lead into addiction. For example, this is the three main factors that causes for drug addiction: biology, environment, and development. For biology, the genes that people are born with in combination with environment influence account for about half of their addiction verbally. Additionally, gender, race, and the presence of other mental disorder may influence risks for drug abuse and addiction. The next one is environment. A person's environment include many different influence from family, from friends, and social economic status and qualities for life in general. Factors such as peer pressure, physical and sexual abuse, stress, and parental environment can cause these problems. The last one is the development part. Although taking drugs at any age can lead to addiction, the earlier that the drugs use beginner, the more likely it is the process to more serious abuse. And because the brain are still developing in the areas that direct decision making, judgment, and self-control, they are especially exposed to the risk-taking behavior, including trying drugs of abuse.
Thank you, Shamini. Good morning, sir and friends. So I'm Uma Shankari Subramaniam. So I'm going to focus on characteristic of drug addict and effect on drugs. So yeah, so these are some of the characteristics of drug addicts. The first one, frustration tolerance, low self-esteem, that means they don't have confidence. Okay, assertiveness poor, need for social approval, that means they are not socialized, they will be a lonely person. Normally drug addict, they will be in lonely place, they won't be like social with any others. Okay, next, systematic denial of standards, latent predisposition of mental diseases, genetic predisposition or to addiction. Next. Okay, now we are going to see the effects of drugs. Okay, so a person's physical characteristics such as height, weight, and gender also influence how a drug affects them. Okay, normally, most of the time, the weight. The drug addicts, they will lose weight. So it's very easy to see from their appearance. Okay, next, a person that become a drug addict, difficulty can leave drugs. Every day they need to take the drugs, no matter swallow, inhale, or injected. Normally, the drug addicts, as I know, they will be injected so that they can feel very easily because they go through the blood vessel, can enter our body easily. Like swallow, they need time to take it into your body. Okay, so the third one, depressants affect concentration and coordination and can cause unconsciousness, vomiting, and even death. The concentration and coordination, this part is very weak for the drug addicts. Okay, they won't have any concentration when they are in drug. When you talk to them, they are in their own world. Okay, next, stimulants can cause anxiety, panic, seizures, headaches, stomach cramp, aggression, and paranoia. Okay, this part, the aggression, we need to take note. When they are in drugs, the emotion will be very high. They will be very aggressive. Okay, they can very easily have a fight. You know, the words coming from their mouth is like different, totally different. Next, loss of appetite, increased activity, talking or laughing, emotional and psychological euphoria, and well-being, jaw cleansing, sweating. Okay, this part we need to take note in jaw clenching. Okay, what is jaw clenching? When there is a drug addict, you can see from their jaw clenching here. Okay, when they are in drug, the jaw will be like keep moving. Okay, it's like shaking like that. So from that part, you can see that you can see the differences. The last one, of course, a teen that is drug addicted will have problem in school, with the family. In school means with the teacher, with the friend, with the family, of course, with the parents. Okay, with the development of the body and will possible die. So these are the effect of drugs. Thank you. Next, I will pass to my friend Matthew to explain his part.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm Matthew Lai from MLC Central, taking this subject called moral education. And this morning I would like to present on how we could prevent the usage of drugs among teenagers. As you can see, as many points stated here, one of them is to avoid peer pressure and negative influences, because teenagers are the stage of our life who are most likely to be prone of drugs. This is especially true when they seek many untrue friends and follow into their footsteps. And next is to educate yourself about the risk and consequences of drug use. This can be done through campaigning by non-governmental organizations, so that awareness, as to raise awareness of how dangerous drugs can be. Teenagers are also encouraged to develop healthy coping mechanisms for stressed and difficult emotions. Teenagers also are encouraged to develop a strategy on how they could cope better to prevent drugs at a later stage of life. Next is staying physically active and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So that means if teenagers, well, let's say, maintain a healthy diet, exercising could help their body stay healthy. This is to build a strong support system of family and friends who share your values. This could mean that teenagers are encouraged to seek those people who can share positive thoughts and not fall into the traps of their drug-influenced friends. Seek professional help if you're struggling with addiction or mental health issue. Someone like a licensed counselor is handy enough to whom he or she is experienced enough to at least educate the teenager if they are addicted to drugs or having mental health issues involving drugs. People are also encouraged to stay away from environments where drug use is common. This is especially true around the city or urban area where drug pushers are in an increasing amount. And finally, learn to say no to drugs and prioritize your well-being. This is what teenagers are especially encouraged to do when they face a drug addict. Next. Visually, the poster could show an eye-catching background and straight to the point of the topics as mentioned, as highlighted here. What does it mean with words say no to drugs? That means the poster emphasized that youth can make a positive decision and motivate them to stay away from peer pressure and seek out drug-free activities and relationships. The poster should include facts about the dangers of drugs, such as data about the risk to health and the bad things that happen when someone is addicted to drugs. It could also have prevent on how you resist peer pressure, like say no or walk away, or find supportive friends who share your values. And drug abuse is illegal and harmful to your health and life. This is especially related as on the third paragraph here. Finally, the poster encourages youth to talk to their friends and family about drug risk or get involved in anti-drug campaigns in their community. This initiative is very important, especially if in the process of developing a healthier society. Okay, next. So these are the survey questions that with the title Teen Drug Use Survey in Malaysia. So four of them represents demographics and 5 of them, starting from question 5, is all about questions pertaining to drug usage. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, sir. I'm Uma Shakri Subramaniam. So I represent my group A, to share the survey that we did for our topic, drug amongst teenager. Okay, I interviewed 2 persons. The first interviewer is Parthiban Sundaram. He's working under PDRM and under narcotic department. That means it's a drug department. So when I asked him this question, that are some important questions that I asked him. Why teenager addict to the drugs nowadays? So the answer from him is less love and caring from family, the first one. So they will start to find from outside. So when they mingle with others, so they can easily addict to this drug. And then bad influence from friends and society. Okay. And then the third one is the family background stuck in drug abuse. Okay, normally the teenager they caught will be like in drug. The family background will be in drug. Maybe the father or the brother, they will be in drug. so that they also follow the same thing. So the second question, the most important question that I asked is, what do you think should be done to prevent drugs use among teenager? The answer he gave is need to do a lot of religious knowledge. Okay. So, and then busy themselves with good and healthy activities. There should be special student points to eliminate drugs during school, because uh very easily the drug will be in small packet. They can keep inside the pocket, they can keep inside their pencil case, even water bottle they can hide behind the water bottle. So it's a small packet. So the checking is very important for the children nowadays, and family need to inform the police earlier if the family member is involved in drugs. Okay, as I know, okay, this Parthiba Sudram is my husband. So we will be having some sharing. I will share about my school topic. He will share about what he did the all the day. He go and court, because every day they need to court, they need to take few person, they need to go and check. Okay, so this the fourth answer, most of the family member they will call and inform him. So my son is taking drug, can you come and, they are asking, because the punishment for the teenager and adult is different. So they want their kids to recover before it's late. Okay, so number three, I asked him, is drug use being good or bad? Okay, the answer he's gave me is, it is depends on the situation. He is not saying that the drug is good or bad, because like hospital also give the medicine also drug, but everything has limit. Okay, so if overdose, everything is like everything is problem lah if overdose. So the answer he gave me is, it's not being good or bad. It depends on the situation, how the people took it. Okay. And then the second interviewer is my sister. Okay, my cousin sister, Puspalashmi Anak Perempuan Subramaniam. She is working as a penolong pegawai kesihatan persekitaran. Okay, with her, why mainly I took these two person, because these two person mainly is working under the health, health department. Narcotic is about drug, her work is about health. Okay, normally the issues she get is COVID, and then the dengue, these two cases lah. During the COVID time, I go help her to call few of the patient, ask for the things, analyze the data for her, everything. So I took these two person, and then I think, okay, this survey will be like better lah, because they know better for this thing. And then when I asked her the same three questions, the first question she answered me, because the teenage follow friends, the curiosity about the drugs. They want to try because they don't know. They see a new thing, they want to try. Okay. So number two, what do you think should be done to prevent drug use among teenagers? More health education in every school. Like last time, during my school time, police will come. Police will come, and then they will give some talk, okay, about the drugs, about the jenaya, the criminal things, okay. So they will talk, and then they will told us what kind of punishment you will get, okay. So teenager and adult, the punishment. Number three, is drug use being good or bad? The answer she gave is bad. Okay, now we go for the another page. Okay, this is the chart. Okay, chart I get from Mr. Patiban about the usage of drug in Malaysia. These four drug is used the most in Malaysia lah, in our country. Okay, as you can see, the purple color is more, is number one. Methamphetamine is number one in our country. Then the second one is heroin. Then the third one is the ganja, and the fourth one is the ketamine. Okay, so when I asked him, okay, what kind of drug you will get? Okay, how they check the drug? Okay, when they catch someone, right, they will be having same like a pregnancy test. They will test from the urine. Okay, same like a pregnancy test. They will use the test kit. They have another test kit, so they will test, and then if the line comes out, they will catch. And then they have some procedure lah. After they caught, they will be doing some talk with the things, and then they will find out the things. Okay, so far these are the information we gathered together, and my colleague, my teammate also doing some survey with others, so that one we will complete it in our report. So far until here, thank you so much, sir, for your time, and thank you so much for my teammate for cooperate during for entire this to finish up our poster, to finish up our report, and then yeah, so thank you so much.